How's it going, everybody? Spartan Alphazulu here, bringing you more Wi-Fi battle action in the RU tier, breaking out my favorite Pokemon, Machamp. EV spread is 252 attack, 252 special defense, 4 HP with an adamant nature. And if you throw an Assault Vest on him, he becomes a pretty awesome Pokemon that can soak up special attacks, which y'all have known this. I've broken him up before in the comment section, but this time I'm actually covering him. Looking at his stats, 322 HP, 394 attack, 196 defense, 149 special attack, 269 special defense with a speed of 146. He's not fast. He does not like physical attacks, so you got to be wary of that, but he hits like a truck. And with the ability No Guard and Dynamic Punch becoming 100% accurate, he just is an awesome Pokemon with great move coverage. My moveset is Dynamic Punch, Stone Edge Bullet Punch, and Ice Punch. But if you're going in the RU tier, you might be able to get rid of a few of those attacks. That's just my Machamp setup for the OU tier. Moving into the first Wi-Fi battle against Tifa. And I know we said this was an RU match, and looking at her team, she's got like some OU Pokemon, and that Absol's the Mega, which she's UUBL, so I'm going to say this is an RU match, even though she's using Pokemon that are not RU. I mean, that's never bothered me before. I'm going to lead off with Machamp. She's going to go in with Absol. I should have switched out right here, because I think Absol does learn Play Rough, if I'm not mistaken. But I ended up saying, screw it, I'm going to switch in because I didn't want to, I'm going to stay in. I didn't want to switch out, and she Swords Dances, but she goes for the Thunderbolt, and Machamp is just going to flex at this all day, and Dynamic Punch is going to OHKO Mega Absol, taking it out of the match, giving me a pretty freaking good share of momentum right in the beginning. Machamp already doing work. Now she's going to bring in the Sailor Jupiter. Looking at Gardevoir, I know I'm going to switch out here, because even though I'm holding an Assault Vest, I don't want to take too much damage here. So making my switch into Registeel, and that Psychic is just going to get shrugged off, because Registeel is just an awesome special defensive wall, although you got to watch out for those ground and fighting types. He does have a lot of resistances because of his Mono Steel typing, but you don't want to keep him in on a lot of physical attacks, especially if he's weak against them. He's going to switch out, realizing he can't do anything at all. Sailor Mars is going to come in, which I knew right off the bat that was a Ninetales, because Sailor Mars had control of fire back in the Sailor Moon anime, if you watch that. I'm going to switch Registeel out because I do not want to lose him just yet, and I'm going to bring in my Barbanacle, I think. Can't remember the name. Barbacle, something like that. This is a Shell Smasher, but I knew he was going to switch. I had that feeling, although I'm surprising he didn't go for the Solar Beam. I'm going to bring Machamp back in against his Jolteon, or her Jolteon, as she goes for the switch. Thunderbolt is not going to do anything to Machamp, and Dynamic Punch is going to OHKO this Jolteon, knocking it out of the match. Machamp doing some work here, taking out Jolteon, taking out that Mega Absol, and now Vaporeon's going to come in against Machamp. And I don't see Vaporeon doing too much to my Machamp with me holding an Assault Vest. Hydro Pump is not going to do anything. For one, the sun's up, and for two, I'm holding an Assault Vest. I don't know why she went ahead and went with the Hydro Pump, because the sun is up. Maybe she was just trying to wear down Machamp as much as possible. I'm really not sure. But I really do not have anything to fear from Vaporeon, because the sun's up. It's having all water type attacks. She's not going to hit herself in confusion. Hydro Pump doing a decent amount of damage. Not decent at all. Machamp's just flexing at this all day. I'm sorry. And Dynamic Punch is going to knock out Vaporeon. And that Machamp has knocked out 50% of her team. He is just not going down. Look at just with the Assault Vest. He is doing work. He's going to bring in Lucario, and I knew right here I was going to lose Machamp. Just because Lucario has great move coverage. He doesn't play around. He's a freaking UU Pokemon. But, I mean, again, like I said, it's never bothered me before. So I'm going to bring in my Jolteon, and I'm going to go for the Volt Switch. I thought maybe she was going to switch out, but she didn't. She kept it in, and Volt Switch is going to do a very considerable amount of damage, more than I thought. And I'm going to bring Registeel in just because I'm not sure what Lucario is going to go for. I'm thinking it's either Specs or Scarfed. I just had that feeling. So I brought in Registeel just in case. And it's looking like it is holding some kind of choice item, because she switches out, or no, she keeps it going with the Psychic. Oh, that's strange. Anyways, Psychic's not going to do anything to me. I'm going to take this opportunity to set up my Stealth Rocks, because that psychic attack is not going to do anything to Registeel. This Registeel is specially defensive, but like I said, it does have a good defensive stat, and it does have a lot of resistances. But remember, like I said, you don't want to keep it in against attacks it's weak against. You want to switch it out because it does not learn a form of recovery. She's going to bring in the Gardevoir, and when she immediately made this switch, I just smelled a Focus Blast coming. So I'm going to go ahead and switch into my Banette, because I even though I know I could take a Focus Blast, why not just make the play? So I'm going to make the switch into Banette, and sure enough, Focus Blast is not going to do anything to Banette thanks to the Ghost typing. And I mean that's how you build momentum. That was a solid play right there. I normally don't make plays that good. I'm going to go ahead and Mega Evolve my Banette and go for the knockoff to get rid of the whatever item this Ninetales is holding here. That's, like I said, that's just a really good play on my part, because I've never ever just been that good at predicting. I don't know what I just smelled the Focus Blast coming. Knockoff, doing a good amount of damage to that Ninetales, getting rid of the Assault Vest. And Assault Vest Ninetales, that's something I don't see every day. That's something I don't think anybody sees every day. Dark Pulse is going to do a crap ton of damage to my Mega Banette, and I flinch. But the good thing about Mega Banette is whenever she Mega Evolves, she gets the ability Prankster. And what Prankster does is non-attacking moves get priority. So going for the Destiny Bond and Dark Pulse is going to take my Banette out of the match. But because I got a Destiny Bond off, even though it's at low health, I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of the Ninetales. So I rather would have taken a Pokemon out at full health, but I'll take that. I mean, I still got rid of the Ninetales. And now I think all she has left is this Jolteon. Or I could be wrong. Maybe? No, she's got Gardevoir. So Lucario and Gardevoir are all she has left. Excuse me, I cannot talk. Thunderbolt taking Lucario out of the match. And now Gardevoir is going to come in. If it's not Choice Scarf, then that's game, because I know Shadow Ball, and with that health, yeah. So Shadow Ball is going to knock Gardevoir out of the match. It is not holding a Choice Scarf, and that is game. Machamp just doing work in that entire freaking battle. Good game, Tifa. Thank you for the battle. And I'm not sure Tifa's in my Discord, but if you're not, join it. Moving on to the next battle, rematch against Seversters. And looking at his team, his is an RU team. All the Pokemon on his team are RU. So that's at least kind of cool there. As any of you can guess, I'm gonna go ahead and start the battle off with Machamp. I love coming out with that attack and lead. Love coming out swinging, and it's just awesome. I mean, I get off on it, man. I love it. He's going to go ahead and lead with Metagross, and I should switch here because I don't want to get Zen headbutted or anything like that, because remember, Machamp does not like physical attacks, but I decided to stay in, going for the Dynamic Punch, and even though it hits for neutral damage, it did more than 50%, and with the confusion, I should have stayed in, and you'll see why, but I don't want to risk it. I don't want to risk losing Machamp yet, so I'm going to bring Registeel in just to be safe, and this Metagross is going to hit itself in confusion, giving me a free turn, that's why I should have kept Machamp in, because it would have hit itself, Machamp would have taken it out, and that would have given me just some awesome momentum. And the Metagross hits itself again, giving me another free turn to set up Stealth Rocks. So this is just bad luck, but this is that's one of the upsides about using Dynamic Punch. Hitting itself a third time in a row, and Seismic Toss is going to take Metagross out of the match. Jeez, that Metagross just did not want to do anything there. He's going to go ahead and bring in Toxicroak, which I should have switched here because I forgot that Toxicroak is a fighting and poison type. I only just remembered the poison typing. He's going to go for the Sucker Punch. I went ahead and went for the Seismic Toss. The moveset on my Registeel is Toxic, Seismic Toss, Protect, and Stealth Rocks. So I can't really, outside of Seismic Toss, I can't do anything to this Toxicroak. I can't poison it because it's already a poison type. But I mean, there's also, if it learns Thunder Wave, that might be another thing to consider, because Thunder Wave is a good status inducer. There's nothing wrong with paralyzing a Pokemon. So I kept it in, forgetting about that fighting typing, and Drain Punch is going to knock my Registeel out. And that's just gonna kind of negate the next few turns, because Toxicroak is gonna go all the way back up to green, which sucks. And that's what I said. I mean, that was on me. I completely forgot about the fighting typing. But as you can see, you don't want to keep Registeel in like that. You need to take it out. I know that Toxicroak gets awesome attack after it gets an awesome attack stat after Swords Dance. So I'm going to bring in Mega Banette and just stop the sweep. I'm going to stop this before it gets gets out of control. He went for the Sucker Punch, but I'm going to go ahead and go for the Destiny Bond because yeah, I want to take this freaking thing down with me. I'm going to go for the attack now. And Sucker Punch is going to knock my Banette out of the match. But because of the Destiny Bond, I'm going to take the Toxicroak with me. And now we're just kind of, I think we're both 2 for 2. So, I mean, I'm okay with that. Because I got rid of the Toxicroak. I kept it from sweeping or doing, too much damage to my entire team. He's going to bring in Blastoise. And I'm going to bring Machamp back in. I don't see Blastoise doing too much to Machamp with me holding an Assault Vest. So, after he Mega Evolves it, I think he ends up going for the Water Pulse because Water Pulse gets boosted by Blastoise's ability, which I kind of feel like Blastoise got the short end of the stick. Blastoise is my favorite starter, and I'm very upset that he didn't get an additional type or better stats. Dynamic Punch, Blastoise actually surprisingly took that really well, but the confusion, yeah, Blastoise isn't going to like that. He's going to switch out and bring in the Zygarde 10%. And at full, well, not at full health because it took some Stealth Rock damage, but Dynamic Punch is going to do what it does best, knocking it out of the match. And there goes Zygarde 10%. Goodra is going to make its way in, and I know that Goodra's abilities like Sticky Goo or something like that, to where if you touch it, it lowers speed. He's going to go for the Draco Meteor, and this was a Choice Specs Goodra Machamp surviving with 2% health, and Ice Punch is going to knock Goodra. Well, no, it doesn't knock it out of the match. It puts it at like 1 health, but I know Bullet Punch, as I said, and Bullet Punch is going to knock Goodra out of the match. So that was awesome. That was a Choice Specs Goodra, and Machamp lived. He's going to bring in his Snorlax, which I don't get why he brought it in. He should have gone with Blastoise, but Dynamic Punch is going to knock Snorlax out of the match because, well, it's weak to it. So now all he has left is Blastoise. And, I mean, I'm going to lose Machamp here, but I've got a lot more Pokemon to deal with this, considering, Rapid Spin, which that doesn't matter. And I'm going to lose Machamp here. So that's okay. Machamp did work these 2 matches, which that's awesome. I'm going to go ahead and bring in my Shaman. And I'm going to see if I can just end the battle here. Ice Beam is going to, this had me worried because for one, I thought Shaman was faster, but Ice Beam did a very good amount of damage. Luckily I lived, and Seed Flare is going to knock the Blastoise out of the match. That actually got me worried for a little bit because I was surprised I wasn't faster than the Blastoise, being that Shaman's stats actually aren't that bad, but it ended up working out. Good game, Super Stews. He is in my Discord server too, guys, so I mean, what are you waiting for? We're waiting for you. Go ahead and get in. Moving on to the next battle, the final battle against Munchkin. This person's also in my Discord server. And looking at his RU team, he's got Electivire, who's awesome. He's got the Paloswine and the Xatu. He's got some Pokemon that seem annoying. Xatu can be annoying too. Weezing is annoying as well. I'm gonna go ahead and bring in my Machamp. He's gonna bring in his, I don't know the name. It's the monkey Pokemon. If you know the name, say it in the comments because I can't think of it. He's gonna go ahead and go for the U-turn, which I probably should have switched because I know this Pokemon is a fighting type, and like I said, Machamp does not like physical moves, so I took an unnecessary risk there. But he's going to use the Pivot Tempo to bring in Weezing, and I know that Machamp is not going to do anything to Weezing because Weezing just resists Machamp all around. If there's a wall that can laugh at Machamp, it's Weezing. And I mean, look at that. That despite the confusion, that Dynamic Punch did nothing to it. So I'm going to get out of here because I really have nothing for Weezing right now. I just have to wear it down. It hit itself in confusion on the switch of me going into my Noivern, and I'm going to go ahead and see if I can hit it with a Draco Meteor or U-turn or something. I had a feeling he was going to switch though, and he's going to bring in that Paloswine, the Tusk Glove, and I'm going to go ahead and go for the Draco Meteor. I'm hoping I can do a crap ton of damage to it, but I don't do that much. It did a lot less than what I thought it was going to do. So that sucks. My Noivern is more of a support type Pokemon anyway. It's not really there to sweep. It's strictly in there for support. It's my defogger. So Earthquake doing a very good amount of damage to my Registeel, so much that I don't like that. But like I said, Registeel, even though he has good defensive stats, you cannot bring him in against moves he's weak to. And I didn't think he would go for the Earthquake because I had a Flying type in, so that was a good prediction on his part. I'm going to go ahead and go for the Stealth Rocks. I didn't think he would switch. Luckily enough, though, he did really what I should have done. I should have gone for the Protect and scouted him out, because had he gone for another Earthquake, I don't know if he would have taken out my Registeel, but it would have done a crap ton of damage and put him in low health, and I don't want Registeel that low right now. He's going to switch out his Weezing, going into Xatu, which it's too late now because I got my Stealth Rocks up, and I think Xatu has Magic Bounce, but I already know he's going to defog because he wants to get rid of those entry hazards, and this is going to be a long battle. I can tell just from that Weezing, this is going to be a doozy. So if you're watching right now, hate to say it, it's going to be a long battle. I'm going to bring Registeel back, and I'm going to go right into my Banette because I want to threaten this thing out. I knew he was going to defog, so I knew I was going to get a free turn, but I want to threaten the Xatu out or just take it out altogether, and Mega Banette can do that. I'm going to go for the knockoff. Even though this Pokemon has Roost probably, I want to get rid of those leftovers. I want to stop it from just that residual, the residual healing that it's getting every turn. I got to put a stop to it. And even then, I can go for a Shadow Claw, or if I am feeling threatened, I can go for the Destiny Bond. Psychic is going to hit my Mega Banette, doing a very decent amount of damage, close to 50% health, and Knockoff is going to surprisingly take the Xatu out of the match. I did not expect that one bit, but I'll take it. I will take knocking out a Xatu. He's going to bring that weird fighting monkey type back in. Please leave me the name in the comments section. He's going to bring it back, strangely enough, putting Weezing in. And I should have gone for the knockoff here because I don't know what that Pokemon was holding. And I don't think that fighting type monkey really threatened Banette in any way at all. But just to be safe, because I don't know what he has in store with Weezing, and I don't want to get hit with Will-O-Wisp. So I'm going to switch into Noivern, and he's going to go back into the Piloswine. U-turn is going to not do anything to it, but I at least get some Pivot Tempo out of it because I knew he was going to switch. And now I can bring him a Machamp. And now I can bring him a Machamp and maybe just start doing some damage here. But no, he's going to switch back into Weezing. And now, I mean, this is just what I hate about those battles where, your opponent has just one defensive Pokemon, and it is the Pokemon you have to get rid of, but you can't. Because I need to get rid of Weezing. I need to get some momentum and just get the upper hand here. Even though I've taken a Pokemon out, I haven't hurt his team that much to where I can just come in and wreak havoc. He's going to bring the Piloswine back in, sensing my switch, and I'm going to go right into my Shaman, sadly. Which I don't know why I went into Shaman. Seed Flare is going to do a crap ton of damage to the Piloswine, taking it out of the match. And now that kind of gives me at least a break there, because it took out, two Pokemon down. That's like, what, 25% of his team, if that? So that was actually a good break. I can work with two Pokemon being down. He's going to bring in the freaking weird bug type that I can't think of. Leave me the name in the comments. Yeah, leave me the name in the comments. Focus Blast. Not going to do anything to Machamp thanks to my Assault Vest. And I know I can Stone Edge this Pokemon to death, but he is going to bring it back. He knows I've got an Assault Vest. He has to. Weezing coming back in, and Stone Edge is going to at least do a little bit more damage than Dynamic Punch would, but still hardly anything. And Weezing gets Pain Split, which using it against my Machamp won't do much. Finally, I decided just to let him do it. I knew he was going to get it. Will-O-Wisp is going to cripple my Machamp's freaking attack stat. And now Machamp's pretty much just a paperweight. As much as I hate saying that, he's really no good to me with a burn. So I can either let him get taken out, or just switch and sack him later. But right now, Machamp's not going to do me any good with a burn on him. And I need to get this Weezing out of here. This is the Pokemon I got to take out. I'm going to switch, going back into Registeel. If Registeel gets burned, that's fine, because he doesn't really know any attacks outside of Seismic Toss. Luckily, the Weezing hits itself, netting me a free turn, and if he Pain Splits against my Registeel, I don't see him getting too much health back, and I can wear it down with Seismic Toss. The only thing that sucks is that Weezing's poison typing keeps me from hitting him with Toxic, so that's a very big disadvantage right there. hitting itself again in confusion, just giving me some huge breaks here. And I'm going to Stealth Rock, getting my entry hazards back up. Thinking about it now, though, I don't think I should have done that. I should have been aggressive. I should have put the pressure on. I should have gone for the Seismic Toss. I need to wear Weezing down. That's what I should have gone for. I could have done Stealth Rocks at any other point in the match. So that, I mean, at least I got him up, but I feel like I should have been more aggressive there than anything else. This turn, it's actually going to get an attack off, and Pain Split is going to not give it too much health. I mean, I don't want Weezing to get any more health back than it already is, but that could have been worse. And now I can just slowly wear it down with Seismic Toss. I wish I had gotten it with a knockoff or something, but I didn't want to get burned from Mega Banette. And he already burned Machamp, which Machamp's like a very big physical freaking enforcer on my team. Flamethrower is not going to do anything to Registeel because his special defensive stat is just awesome. So at least the one super effective move that Weezing has, it's not too much of a threat. And I already got the Weezing in the red, but that Black Sludge is going to put it back in the orange. So I'm at least doing what I want to do here. I'm slowly, very slowly wearing it down. And this is just painful as this is to watch. Sometimes you got to do this. I mean, sometimes you have to just do it to just get the Pokemon that's annoying you out of the match this way. Seismic Toss, almost taking it out of the match. I'm slowly getting there. All he can really do is just Pain Split me, because Flamethrower is not going to do anything. I'm going to recover more health than I'm losing. So all he has on this Weezing is the Pain Split. Pain Split, I'm not giving it too much health, and Seismic Toss is going to go ahead and put Weezing closer and closer to getting taken out. That's like maybe 20 something health right there, 30 something health with the Black Sludge healing it up. So now this Seismic Toss will do it, assuming he doesn't switch. He does not switch. Going for the Pain Split, giving him a little bit more health than I'd like, putting him in the orange, but Seismic Toss will do the job here, and Weezing is finally going to get knocked out of the match by Registeel, just Seismic Tossing it to death. And I mean, hey, that's one obstacle out of the way. The walls of Jericho are down. My sweepers can come in and do what they need to do. He's going to go ahead and bring in that weird monkey Pokemon that's a fighting type. I really wish I could remember the name of it, but I'm going to go ahead and keep Registeel in. I was just ready to lose him at this point. Knockoff is going to get rid of my leftovers, but I'm able to hit it with a Toxic. He probably thought I was going to switch. At this point in the match, though, he could take Registeel. That's why I didn't switch. I should have. Thinking about it now, I should have switched, but I'll let him have it. And I at least got a poison on this Pokemon. I'm going to go ahead and go for the Protect, just to stall the game out, get some residual damage on this Pokemon, and just be kind of a dick. But I mean, that's strategy right there. I don't like it done to me, but it's strategy. That's less damage I got to do to take it out. Rock Slide, taking my Registeel out of the match finally, which that's fine. Registeel did some work. He got Stealth Rocks up. He just got Weezing. He poisoned this weird freaking fighting monkey. So I'm okay with that. And look at that Toxic damage, that poison, it's just slowly wearing it down. I'm going to go ahead and bring in my Noivern. And I don't see this Pokemon doing too much. I thought he was going to switch because, I mean, I could have gone for the Hurricane and taken it out, which I should have done. But he kept it in. So that was just kind of whenever you use a U-turn like that, it just kind of sucks. The momentum, the pivot tempo that you get, it just goes against you. So I should have gone for the Hurricane, but oh well. I'm going to bring Machamp back in, because if he takes Machamp out, that's fine. I don't really need Machamp anymore, especially with that burn. This Pokemon is slowly getting worn down by the poison damage, so let him take Machamp out. And as it turns out, I went for the Bullet Punch just to get some residual damage on this thing, and this was his Z-move user, so he's going to go for the all-out pummeling, which that for sure is going to take my Machamp out of the match, but I'm okay with that. I mean, at this point of the game, Machamp's already been burned. He did what he could. He made some dents in the team, took some health out. He didn't take any Pokemon out, but I mean, he at least gave me some free turns with Weezing, so Machamp did work. I mean, even if he doesn't knock Pokemon out, the confusion that Dynamic Punch puts, just the pressure and turning the turns into a dice roll, that is just one of the many benefits that Machamp provides. The Toxic damage is going to take this Pokemon out of the match, and now he's, two Pokemon? He's only got 2 Pokemon left, I believe. Electivire, and I can't remember who the last one is. I don't really have anything for this Electivire, at least not to my knowledge. The only thing I can think to do is to Destiny Bond the damn thing and take it out this way. So putting in my Mega Banette and Destiny Bonding it so that when he takes it out, it'll get it out of my way, and all I have to worry about is that weird bug type. That's what it is. So all I have to worry about now is that weird bug type Pokemon that I can't remember. I just know it's Mono Bug. And I got Noivern, so I've got ways to deal with it, you know, with Hurricane and whatnot. This match is pretty much over. So he's going to go ahead and bring it in. I'm going to bring in Noivern. I'm going to go for the Hurricane, and that'll do the job there. Hurricane, this thing's pretty fast. Bug Buzz, I wonder if it's holding a Choice Scarf. Bug Buzz is not doing too much, but that's still good amount of damage. Oh, it's holding a Life Orb. Hurricane, dodge, duck, dip, dive, dodge. And that's the bad thing about Hurricane is that accuracy. So that really sucks. I need to end this freaking match, but I can't end it with Hurricane freaking missing like that. Bug Buzz again, doing just a very good amount of damage. I don't like that, but luckily enough, Hurricane, second time's a charm, taking it out of the match, netting me the win. So a very good game, Munchkin. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm sorry I haven't posted a video in a long time. Just had a baby. Comment, rate, subscribe. I'll see y'all later. Oh!